Hi, my name is Jordan Korfman, and for my week 2 reflection, I decided to talk about the different molecules of life. To begin, I wanted to discuss what the molecules of life are. Molecules of life are a combination of proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. These are referred to as molecules of life because they are essential to all forms of life. They are the building blocks that carry out all essential functions in cells and in organisms. Proteins are the building blocks of life. They are the most common molecule, coming in a huge variety and serving many different functions. They aid in muscle development and movement. They also store energy, aid in digestion, help with immune defense, and so on. Proteins are made up of a long chain of amino acids, each in a unique pattern to create a different type of protein. Carbohydrates are a main source of energy, providing structural support for the cell and also aiding in communication between them. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They are typically found in the form of a sugar. The three types of carbs are monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Carbohydrates are the most important form of energy for plants and animals alike. Lipids include fats, oils, waxes, and sometimes steroids. They are made of chains of carbon and hydrogen and are often referred to as fatty acids. Cells need lipids as a main component of cell membranes. Lipids are also used in order to store heat, energy, and aid in communication. And finally, nucleic acids are essential to life in the forms of DNA and RNA. DNA makes up the genetic material of a cell and carries information needed in order for an organism to grow, survive, and also reproduce. RNA translates information stored within DNA molecules and uses that information in order to build proteins. Nucleic acids are long chains made up of nucleotides, which are made of a sugar, a base, and a phosphate. DNA has a deoxyribose sugar and the four bases of adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. And RNA is made of a ribose sugar and has the bases adenine, uracil, guanine, and cytosine. Next, I wanted to discuss how these molecules of life tie into a personal experience for me. I chose to discuss these molecules and how they have applied to my life due to the fact that health, nutrition, and lifting weights are all aspects of my everyday life. Being someone who goes to the gym daily, it is extremely important to understand the different types of molecules that make up things, especially when looking at your diet and the food you're intaking. Protein, carbs, fats, and nucleic acids all play a large role in working out and the progress you will make, so understanding these groups and their functions is vital. When looking at food and nutrition, you can very clearly see how these molecules are in food and also the effects that they have. There is a science behind building muscle and seeing progress in the gym, and a huge contributor to that is diet. Considering the fact that these molecules make up all life forms, they each play a significant role in keeping our body running. When it comes to building muscle, protein is essential. The amino acids that it contains are building blocks for muscle tissue. Without these amino acids and a large amount of them, the body is not able to repair or grow muscles as it is with the aid of them. Carbohydrates are also vital when looking to see progress in the gym. They are a primary energy source that the body uses when working out. Your muscles store glycogen and use it when it's training, which fuels your body to exceed performance. When you have carbs in your body, it is less likely to break down muscle tissue for fuel and more likely to use those carbs. Lipids, also known as fats, are also essential when building muscle. They help provide energy, regulate hormones, and build cell membranes. Fats help aiding in absorbing nutrients and proper muscle function, which promote overall muscle health. Nucleic acids, though often not talked about when it comes to building muscle, are also essential. RNA specifically is crucial, considering it plays a key role in communicating for protein synthesis, muscle regeneration, and for energy regulation. Overall, all of these molecules of life play a huge role in a body's health and nutrition, even though many neglect them in their diets under false perceptions of what they do or do not do. All are vital for muscle growth, energy, and recovery. Next, I wanted to move on to providing some examples. These molecules of life can be seen all around us, especially in the foods we consume, therefore putting these molecules within us as well. When it comes to proteins, these are found in foods such as meats, fish, eggs, and dairy products. Carbohydrates are found in sugars and starches like pasta, rice, potatoes, and vegetables. Lipids can be found in fats and oils, and some examples of these are butter, cheese, nuts, and olive oils. Nucleic acids are found in all living things, including plants and animals. Therefore, plant and animal foods and products are also rich in these nucleic acids. When it comes to a biblical reflection and faith integration, I would say that biblical principles play a very large role in my understanding of biology. For example, the Bible says that God is the creator, as expressed in Genesis 1:1. Due to this, I believe that every body function is made for divine purpose by God and is not due to an accident or some evolutionary process. God made people exactly as he intended to, and with such complexity that I believe could only be done by a creator. Studying biology can deepen an understanding of God's creation and one's role in caring for it in many ways. For example, the Bible says that God created all life, whether it be humans, animals, plants, organisms, and anything else. That being said, he gave humans the right to rule over the earth and care for these things. Understanding how intricately designed each one of these living things are, and God's care he put into them, helps me develop a deeper understanding and meaning for caring for the earth and his creations. Continuing on with my biblical integration, I wanted to include some Bible verses. Genesis 1:6 states, "Then God said, 'Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps the earth.'" Psalm 139:13-16 states, "For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you, when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them." Both of these verses go to show how God has blessed us, giving us dominion over the earth and his creation. Along with that, by understanding that God crafted each individual in their mother's womb, it can be seen how every individual has a purpose and a plan from God, giving deep meaning to how we were all created and what we were all made for. To conclude, when studying biology, many different aspects can be seen and applied to life, even if people are not often aware of it. For me, understanding the basic molecules of life and how they help the body function is very interesting and plays a large part in my life and understanding of nutrition. Understanding how proteins, carbs, lipids, and nucleic acids help my body grow, recover, function, communicate, and give my body energy is fascinating to see and to understand. Knowing this information will help me better curate my diets and goals while understanding how my body uses these molecules. Along with this, understanding biology allows for me to have a deeper understanding and appreciation for God's creation and what he has done on this earth. Everything is made for a purpose and with design, which can be seen through biology. These are my references. Thank you so much for listening.